All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill, everyone's welcome and is our special guest, located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports, located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ-FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream, good times to be together.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Forward Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue, Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sports Splurge. I'm Leif Bakken.
And I'm Anthony Battle.
And we've got quite the lineup for you today as, once again, fall sports are starting to come to a close. Winter sports starting to pick up a little bit more. We've got a great interview with a football player today and professional sports scores, schedule stuff as usual. So all the fun stuff that we always have. Nothing changes much.
Yeah, not much changing except that I guess the seasons are changing and that it's snowing outside. So that's
it still snowing?
I'm not sure, but I just know it was.
I know it was before we started. It was snowing. Oh, yep, we got a confirmation from the back that it is still snowing.
Snow? Okay, got it.
So that's happening. I was telling people I don't remember. You probably do because you're not from here, but I don't remember. This is the first year in like 10 or 12 years that there hasn't been a coat of snow on the ground at Halloween.
Huh.
It's been a while. So. Yes, Anthony's very right about seasons changing, both weather-wise and for the sports. So let's talk about these fall sports as Beavers soccer ends their regular season with a 12-4-2 record and 11-3-1 in the conference. The Beavers' win streak was halted by the Wolves of Northern State with a tie 1-1. Minot State hosted the Dragons of Moorhead Sunday, winning 1-0 with a golden goal in the closing seconds of overtime. Freshman Sophia Lewis found the strings with the assist from Haley Berryman. Lewis now leads the NSIC in goals with 12. Beavers host the University of Mary Marauders tonight at 5 p.m. for the first round of playoffs in the NSIC tournament. You can catch that on msubeavers.com. I'll have the play-by-play for you. Winners of the game take on the winner between Duluth and Minnesota State on Friday in Mankato, and the championship will be in Mankato on Sunday also. Beavers were in Minnesota taking on the Crookston Golden Eagles in football, beating them 42-35. Zach Cunha threw 20 completions for 171 yards, along with 3 touchdowns. Ryan Fila caught 1 touchdown for 35 yards. Other receiving leaders included Lane Torgerson, who caught 2 for 33 yards, and Taylor Maloney had 3 for 29 yards. On the ground, Larry Overstreet had 111 yards in the game, averaging close to 5 yards per touch, along with 1 touchdown. Lucas Butts also had a touchdown with 16 yards in the game. The Beavers' Bryce Broom led with 9 tackles and half a sack for a loss. The final home game will be this Saturday at 1 p.m. against the MSU Moorhead Dragons. Join Lane and I on the Saturday Showdown at 10:30 for a pre-game look. So that's what's going on in fall action. Again, Beaver football's got 2 weeks left this week, and then next week they're in St. Cloud, and then soccer in the tournament. And the only way it looks like for them to make it into the regional tournament is they're going to have to win this tournament out, which might be kind of tough. Duluth and Mankato going at it tonight.
Right.
I imagine the Mavericks will come out on top of the Bulldogs on that one, so then the Beavers will have to face them again, which they did beat them in the regular season, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, so then we face the winner of that game on Sunday or
Friday? On Friday.
Saturday? Well, okay, so we take them on Friday. Okay.
So, and we have to beat, of course, we can't get too far ahead of ourselves, but we really hope that the Beavers can beat the Marauders tonight.
Right. And then football, looking good.
Football's starting to get back on track.
Had a big game against Crookston, and hopefully they can win another one.
They've got a good chance against Moorhead for sure.
Talking about home games, we head on to the ice where the ACC Cougars came into town to take on the Minot State University women's hockey team on the weekend. In Game 1, Mackenzie Ballo scored twice to lead the Beavers to a 3-0 win on a Game 1 against the Cougars on Saturday. On Sunday, though, was Game 2, and the Cougars would strike first. In the second period, the Beavers would tie it up, though, and in the third, send it into overtime. The Beavers would get the golden goal in overtime to win and be 6-2 overall and be on a 6-game win streak. Congratulations to those ladies. We stay on the ice now as the men's hockey team was on a long trip to Colorado. First game was against Colorado State University on Thursday. The Beavers laid a smackdown on the Rams as Austin Yano scored 3 goals, 2 of them unassisted. The Beavers win the game at 8-1, shooting out the Rams 51-14. Next up was a doubleheader for the Beavers against the University of Colorado Buffaloes. The Beavers and Buffaloes battled in Game 1 as there was no scoring in the first 2 periods, but was opened up by Lyndon Lipinski smacking one in the net. The Buffaloes would answer with a goal of their own, which would send it to a shootout where the Buffaloes will win 1-0 after 4 players from each team took their shot. The Beavers and Buffaloes battled again in Game 2 on Saturday when it was 2-2, but in the third, Craig Fournier knocks the game winner where the Beavers would come out 3-2 as the winners. Next game is this Thursday against Dakota College at 7 p.m. and then on Saturday against the University of Utah at 4:30. Both games at the Mesa Arena. We head to the hard court now where Minot State volleyball team had a busy weekend. First against Minnesota Crookston in the Dig Pink game. The Beavers were swept 25-22, 25-22, and 25-19. Carly Koza led the Beavers with 26 digs in the game. Next up was the battle of the Beavers against Bemidji State. The Beavers were able to end a 54-game conference losing streak to sweep Bemidji State 25-21, 25-21, and 25-13. The Beavers then headed down to Bismarck against the University of Mary. The Beavers would get swept 13-25, 17-25, and 16-25. The Beavers would be on the road this weekend against Winona State Friday and Upper Iowa on Saturday. Moving on to a little bit of winter sport action, Minot State wrestling team will have an inter-squad red versus green dual meet this Friday at 7 p.m. The men are ranked 9th in the conference polls and will take on the Marauders next Wednesday in the Dome and a non-conference duel at 7 p.m.
Yeah, so I suppose that's pretty exciting for you, getting wrestling starting to come underway, and I know you've been working out and cutting down on your weight.
I don't know who I'm wrestling on Friday, but it should be exciting. It's open to the public, so it's free for the public to kind of get a preview of what's in store. So hopefully, I think with this big team, we got a good shot this year.
Volleyball coming to their close as well. They've got a few weeks left, and they take the long road trip to Upper Iowa and Winona State. So good luck to the ladies as they got that big win against Bemidji to prove that we are the better Beavers in the conference. And hockey's looking good. Both men and women are looking great. So looking forward to this weekend. I get to announce more women's hockey, so I'm looking forward to that. And maybe I'll get to catch part of that Utes game if the Beavers can take care of the Dragons in football in time.
Hopefully.
Well, lots of stuff going on for Minot State. And as I say that, we've got Ellis Parr with us, so we'll be back in just a bit to talk to him about some football and his road to Minot.
All-American trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill. Everyone's welcome and is our special guest. Located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Forward Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Anthony Battle.
And I'm Leif Bakken.
And today we have Ellis Parr. Thank you, Ellis, for coming in, man. I know it was a little bit of a short notice, but I appreciate it. So, you know, what we do here is we talk about the road to Minot, how you got here, and kind of talk about your football story. So when you started and kind of coming up to here now. So tell us when it began.
Man, I've been playing football as long as I can remember. I think I started when I was like 9 years old or something like that, and, you know, just playing Little League football, and I got pretty serious about it in high school. It was kind of like the one thing that I really fell in love with, and wrestling was my other sport in high school, but I was always more of a football guy. And getting to Minot out of high school, I was criminally undersized. I was like 195 pounds, so I just didn't have, you know, the looks that you want from schools as a D lineman. So I felt really grateful to have the opportunity to play at College of the Siskiyous. You know, without them, I definitely would not be at Minot State. They were the one school that gave me a shot out of high school and got me to Minot, and I love being at Minot. I love the school, you know, great football program, great environment. You know, I just feel really grateful to be here. So.
You know, you mentioned the great football program. It has been a little bit of a struggle in recent years, but how have you seen it change, and what are you seeing, and what are the changes you're seeing that, especially with Coach Aldrich being new and implementing into the team?
Well, I came in with Coach Aldrich, so he and I have been here. You know, my day one is the same as his, and I just feel like the night and day between, you know, when I was here in the spring to now, how he's gotten the team to really gel together. I feel like there's a lot more positivity between teammates and not in offense and defense. I feel like it's a more cohesive group. I feel like it's a lot more of a family than it was before Coach A got here, and I really like what he's doing, helping not just build a team but build a family, and I really like being a part of it.
So you said you were a little bit undersized coming out of high school, and you went to a JUCO, if I'm correct. Okay, so you went to JUCO, and then, how did you work on yourself to get to this level of where you're at now? Because you're a big guy, and you're one of the big defensive linemen that you see out there, and we're like, how does this guy come from being so small to now?
Well, I mean, like I said, I was a wrestler, so I had to cut some weight to be that weight for wrestling, and then once that was over, I was focusing on football, and I redshirted my first year at my JUCO, and they just told me lift and eat a lot and all the time. So I was like, we were lifting 4 days a week, and they only needed us for padded practice twice a week, so it worked out great. You're lifting and eating and just working on being a better football player and building yourself as an athlete. And I gained 30 pounds my freshman year, went from 190 to 220, and then did their spring ball, and they just told me, if you can commit to working hard here, we'll treat you right. And so that's what I had to buy into, and that's what I did.
Sounds like I need to get on that diet plan of just eat a lot and work out. Maybe that's what I need to do. Talk about, like you said, you've been here day one with Coach Aldrich, who is formerly a defensive coach, and you work with Coach Dale also, right? So what's it like working with those guys and getting that experience with them?
I'm a D lineman, and Coach A is the D line coach, so I spend most of my time with Coach A and Dale. He does some special teams work, so I work with him there. But I think they're both great coaches and really care about their players, and not only that, really know their stuff. And I think we have a pretty good defensive scheme, and both of those guys are really good at teaching it to us. So.
Do you like the weight program here? I know you have Coach Brunk as well. What do you think of his weight program for you guys?
And that guy, he can really make you work hard. He's Brunk, you're a wrestler. Like, he is awesome. Like, he really tests you every day you're in there. Like, you really have to bring it to every workout. And I mean, if you don't bring it, you're gonna get rolled a little bit. But I'm the strongest I've ever been, and because of Brunk's workouts. I mean, I've never been as in good of shape as I am right now, and I owe that to the workouts I've done with Coach Brunk.
What is it from game to game or day to day that is the fire in Ellis Parr's belly that gets you to work out so hard, or gets you to go after the ball and being a defensive lineman?
Man, I just want to win games. I love winning games. I mean, I don't know how else to say that. That's my motivation is when I'm in the weight room, like, I'm thinking, all right, beat more head on this rep, beat more head on this set, like with weights yesterday, that's all that's going through my mind. Is like, anytime I catch myself like slacking a little bit, I'm just like, Moorhead's not going to slack. So, that's my motivation. Going to practice, I'm like, every time I'm getting a rep, I got to say, beat the guy you're going against, beat the opponent. The reason you're doing it is to win. It's college football. You're here to win. And, that's my motivation, man. I love winning and I hate losing, and that's what fuels my fires. That I really want to win games. I really want to be great.
How's the family support? I know you're really far from home. Do they watch your games and kind of critique you a little bit, or how's that work?
My family's, they're good, really supportive. They were able to make it out for 2 games this year, and flying, that's pretty expensive. So. I'm really happy for that, and they try whenever it's available online to watch. I know my dad's always watching, and he'll send me a text after the game saying good game. So yeah, I'm really grateful for that support.
Nice. And one more thing, I guess, what is your major and kind of plans after Minot State?
I'm a corporate fitness major, and I want Brunk's job. I want to do what he does somewhere. I love that aspect. I actually think that's probably my favorite aspect of playing sports is that process of strength and conditioning and bettering yourself as an athlete. And I really think, you know, that's kind of what made me the player that I am, especially having no offers, just being a guy that went into the weight room and worked hard and earned it. And I think like what Coach Brunk does, you know, he's just like that. You know, he wants to make you the best you can be, and I think that's something I could really be good at and love doing.
All right.
Well, that's all I got for you, Ellis. Thank you for coming in
guys,
again,
thanks
man.
for having me in.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And do you want to stay on and talk some professional sports and scores if you want? Or you got class after?
I got to be somewhere too. Okay. But, yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on
no
here.
No problem, man.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And so we'll head on to the professional sports and scores.
Yeah, go Seahawks.
All-American trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies located 13 Main Street, South Minot.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, the sports restaurant experience, located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill. Everyone's welcome and is our special guest. Located in Southwest Minot.
Fiancé Bridal, located in downtown Minot or shop online.
KCJB, 9:10 a.m., Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Located in 3820 South Broadway.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's best music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZTR 105.3 The Fox, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, a family-owned business with 3 locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
KYYX 97 Kicks FM, Minot's hot new country.
MSU Beaver Hockey. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, offering the highest quality of entertainment at Minot State.
Forward Communication brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest to connect under one roof.
MSU Bookstore for all of your school supplies and MSU gear, located on campus.
Red and Green, Minot State's official student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, a locally owned sandwich shop, located in Southwest Minot. Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, and beer, located at Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Mike Blessum, State Farm Insurance Agent at 11th Avenue Southwest Minot.
Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Sports Splurge. I'm Leif Bakken.
I'm Anthony Battle.
Once again, thanks to Ellis Parr for stepping on and having an interview. Great interview.
Yeah.
Nice to know a little bit more. He's our, other than Kyler, he's our other football player that we've had. So
it's nice to see someone that worked hard to get where they're at. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, he was one of those guys. He said he wasn't highly recruited out of high school. He kind of just worked his butt off and got here.
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job, and he is a big defensive lineman. I definitely was not on that weight plan that he was to.
Eat lots of food, Leif.
Okay.
All the Taco Bell.
I'll try. All the Taco Bell. Let's jump into some professional stuff. Starting off with bigger college, I guess. In college basketball news, the Duke Blue Devils have been ranked #1 in the preseason polls. This is the second season in a row that Duke has been picked as the #1 team. This marks Duke's 129th time overall, just 5 times behind the all-time record held by UCLA. Duke was in the position to take the #1 spot, but it was solidified after Marvin Bagley III, the nation's top pick, went to Duke. With so many good things going for them, they hope to have a great season. I'm not a big Duke fan, thanks to Jaron Homiston, one of our writers, to writing that story, but interesting to see that, especially with the pick they got, that's one reason that's going to contribute to them being ranked. And being ranked 129 times
and #1 is a lot
big.
of times.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but Coach Krzyzewski, I can't say his name ever, but he's done an amazing job down at Duke. No violations either. A lot of college basketball coaches getting in trouble.
Right now, things are kind of crazy in the college basketball world. Yeah, that's for sure.
It's good to see, Nice, clean basketball. As we head to NCAA football now, a new number 1, surprisingly crazy. I don't know, it blew my mind. South Carolina is going to take on the number 1 Georgia Bulldogs. I don't think they earned the number 1 spot, but hey, they're undefeated still. And then number 19, LSU takes on number 2 Alabama at 7. And both those games are going to be on CBS. And then Wake Forest takes on number 3 Notre Dame at 2:30 on NBC. Number 4 Clemson takes on number 20 NC State at 2:30 on NBC. And then our game of the week, ABC, excuse me. And then game of the week is going to be number 5 Oklahoma taking on number 11 Oklahoma State at 3 p.m. Battle of the Beldam. Who's going to take the state of Oklahoma? We'll find out at 3 p.m. on Fox Sports 1.
Big news in the NCAA football world where TCU gets knocked out.
Yep.
Penn State loses.
Yep. Big
news
Penn
there.
State loses to Ohio State, which they were leading the whole game to like the last few seconds. Blew my mind. I really like Penn State. My uncle went there. He's an alum there, and I really wanted Penn State to kind of be in the playoff mix. I don't think they are now. And then University of Miami, they're sitting on the outside here. They haven't lost yet, but no one kind of really respects them, I guess. So sitting on the outside is number 6, Miami.
Well, we'll see what happens, I guess, as, of course, college football it will be quite interesting, as it always is, and it's actually one of my favorites. As I glance up, I see out the window the big flakes starting to fall outside.
And it's starting to accumulate there now. It's just making me sad.
Why does it make you sad?
I don't know. I actually like the snow. I like snowfall.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for you to go back home, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's talk briefly about the big game, the big sport that they call baseball.
Yes.
Last night, Dodgers
Series.
come around and beat the Astros in Game 6. Tonight, baseball could be all over. I mean, it will be all over.
It will be all over. Maybe it'll take 34 hours and the teams will have scored 100 points because this series is crazy.
It's been nuts. I listened to the last few innings of the game on, was that Sunday night? Yes, Sunday, where the Astros were down and then they came back. And then I was watching the game last night, and
crazy.
I don't know. It's just been crazy. 22 home runs. Well, last night another one was hit, right? No, a couple of them. So 24 home runs is the record in any series. Yeah. 22 was the most in any series of baseball, and now 24 or whatever it is in the World Series. So that's pretty interesting, I think, there. On that note, let's move on and talk about the NFL.
Well, what's your pick, Leif? We got Game 7, Dodgers, Astros. Who you got?
Okay. You always ask the real questions here.
Yeah, this is the one that people want to know.
I want the Astros to win. Astros are my pick. Giving you a score, though, I will say it will end. I'm going to go 5-2.
5-2 Astros? That's an interesting one. I'm going 9-8 Astros. It's going to go into extra innings. It's going to go to like 10 innings, I think.
10?
It's going to go 10.
Okay.
That's my pick.
All right, you heard it here.
If you're a Doritos Locos Taco fan, the Astros stole a base, and they're going to steal a taco for you. You get a free taco. I know they don't underwrite it for us, but I like Doritos Locos Tacos.
Yes, I'm a fan of the old Bell as well. Let's move on. Let's talk about
the NFL.
Talking NFL, our two teams that we usually talk about, the Steelers and the Vikings, are on their bye week. So big win for the Vikings. I know we've talked about that in the past, and I've got a podcast, shameless plug, called Purple Pillage. It's on iTunes. We talk about that. They're 6-2 going into their bye week. So
Steelers also 6-2 going into
good
the bye
chances
week.
for both teams. Definitely looking at playoff looks. So that'll be interesting. 12 o'clock noon Sunday. Broncos take on the Eagles. So we'll see what happens there. Broncos on a slide right now. Eagles performing very well. They're at the top of the ranks.
Or 6-1. They only have one loss.
Right.
But
so they're at the top of the ranks right now. So it's good to see that. I unfortunately or maybe fortunately am a Carson Wentz not bandwagon guy. I didn't jump on the bandwagon, but he's a cool guy. He's an interesting guy.
Yeah.
So that's going on. And then Monday Night Football is an NFC North game. That's the word I'm looking for. as the Packers and the Lions go after it at 7:30 on Monday. So that's a ways out, but there's a look at that. You want to talk a little bit about the NBA?
Yeah, NBA, we only got a couple games. Timberwolves versus the Pelicans at 7. That is tonight. And then the Spurs take on Golden State at 7 p.m. on Thursday. So that's going to be a big game right there, I think. Spurs, Golden State, one of the top two kind of teams in the West, taking on each other early on in the season.
It'll be a good Thursday night basketball game. A lot of people want to catch that. Did you catch which channel that might be on?
I did not. I think it's going to be on either ESPN or maybe just NBA TV.
Okay. But
Thursday nights are always TNT. Excuse me.
I was going to say, I didn't know for sure if they were.
It's always on TNT Thursday nights.
That should be a really good game.
Yeah.
I might watch that. I don't watch NBA.
But you can watch that.
I might watch that one. Even though I kind of like the Timberwolves. Is that the only... I have not been to an NBA game yet.
Like, watch the season or like...
Like, I've not been physically to an NBA game.
I've been to a lot of physically, I've been to NBA games.
I've been to hockey. I've been to football.
I haven't been to a real NFL game. I've been to a preseason game, but I've never been to like a...
Well, that's real
and
football.
a Pro Bowl game.
That's kind of real football.
Yeah, I'd say everyone's kind of bashed that. So, but I've been to a lot of NCAA football games. I've been to North Carolina, Duke, Oklahoma, Kansas State. Like I've been to a lot of NCAA football games. I've been to NBA, NCAA basketball, and NHL.
We can both say on our resumes and on the show that we have announced NCAA football.
Yeah, technically.
We have announced NCAA sports. We're moving up the ranks, Anthony. Let's talk NHL, where
we skipped high school.
Well, tonight, tonight the Penguins take on the Oilers at 7:30. That's the only game that we care about for tonight. Then tomorrow, let's see, our first game is the Golden Knights versus the Bruins at 6. Golden Knights have lost a few here in the last few days to the Islanders and Rangers. So in October, though, they won from October 2nd to October 30th.
They won every game.
They were 7. Actually, I should say to last night, the 31st. They had
almost
7
perfect.
wins and 4 losses in all of October. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they had a couple losses, so we'll see what they can do against the Bruins tomorrow at 6. 7 o'clock, the Wild take on the Canadiens, and at 8, the Avalanche host the Hurricanes. So
it's a winter hurricane here.
yes, not quite, not blowing around quite that much, but so NHL, that's interesting. Again, encourage a lot of people to like to follow the Golden Knights in their inaugural year.
He's a new Golden Knights fan, so I might have to get Golden Knights
other
jersey.
than I think I said that the last time, but hey, that'd be all right by me. But other than like the cheese of being in Vegas and like all the stuff they do that makes it all fancy, I don't like that part.
It is a beautiful stadium.
It is a nice stadium, but. Yeah, that's what's going on in the NHL. Do you want to round us out with the Premier League?
Sure, got some Premier League soccer. I can't do a British accent, but that's okay. Man City's taking on Arsenal at 8:15 a.m. on Sunday. And then Manchester United is taking on Chelsea at 10:30 on Sunday. So if you guys want to wake up a little bit early before football, watch some European football, and then come back and watch some NFL football. Yeah,
you should be able to watch those games and then watch American football. It should all work out, and everybody should be happy. Happy campers.
Happy. I'm excited for that Oklahoma State-Oklahoma game. I'm probably going to order pizza and say, it's okay, wait. It's the biggest game for Oklahoma probably this year, besides the Ohio State one.
Right. Recap, volleyball's on the road this weekend, taking the long trip to Upper Iowa and Winona. Hockey at home tomorrow night against Dakota College of Bottineau, and then on Saturday against the Utes of Utah. Women's hockey is against... I already forgot. They're home.
I forgot to. I didn't put them on there.
Against... Oh, shoot.
They got some teams, and they're going to win.
Team, and it's going to be...
win.
It's going to be cool. That's going on Saturday and Sunday as well. Football on Saturday. Join us here, Channel 19, and on YouTube for the Saturday Showdown. Yep. And the Beavers take on the Dragons. And
Beavers take on some Dragons. And then inter-squad match if you guys are bored and want to come watch a little bit of a red versus green duel. Leif will have the call online.
I will?
Yeah, it's streamed if you want to do that.
Well, we're going to find out if I can do that. And then don't forget, especially tonight, 5 o'clock, first round of NSIC soccer tournament.
Yes,
Beavers, Marauders, huge rivalry.
Go Beavers. We don't like Marauders.
Huge rivalry, and the winner goes on to the second round on Friday. Championship on Sunday in Mankato, Minnesota.
I hope we lay the smackdown on them too.
Oh man, I hope we can win that tournament out. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
This has been a Sports Splurge episode for you. I'm Leif Bakken.
And I'm Anthony Battle. You stay frosty, Minot, and stay snowing. I love it. It's beautiful.